here, and we are happening. It's a late night.
Late night.
Late night.
my poor rooster's tired.
Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze.
No. We'll see if anyone joins us tonight.
Hey.
Hi.
Over there.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How are you?
We're a little warm here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're not. Are you on fire? Because we were today.
We've got fires. We have electrical outages. I have candles ready. If in the middle of the we're ready.
Well, that'd be fun.
Could be a super exciting twist to coronakitchen.
Yeah.
We've never had that happen.
No. Well, we were definitely on fire today, but thankfully they put it out. It was pretty outrageous.
No, it's scary. We've had outs because of the heat and people using too much of their energy. Yeah, so the lights are flickering. It's not what's happening. That means they're about to go out. So, flickering really badly.
Well, this is exciting.
This might be fun. Well, I'm just so happy that the three of us could be together on the centennial of the 19th Amendment.
Yay!
100 damn years.
Yes. Well, we saw a great play today.
Yes.
That was exciting.
Wonderful. The New York Times sponsored this show. It was called Finish the Fight, and it was a dramatic piece, and it was interesting, Brianna and I were saying, because it's getting better doing these virtual theatrical performances. Like, at first there's kind of like Brady Bunch everything and stick figure, not connecting with the audience, and it was really well done. And what they did was they took 5 different actors, women, who told stories of suffrage through not the famous people who are famous for it, and they were women of color.
Women. Yeah,
it was so well done. It was great,
very powerful, and it's up for free right now. So if you Google on YouTube, if you look on YouTube, it's up there, and you can watch the show. I think it was only about an hour.
Yeah,
what was it?
It was an hour. I think an hour and a half. It was very moving. And we highly recommend it. Also, I took part today with 2,000 other women in the ERA Coalition webinar. That was fantastic. I learned so much, and I am so energized. And then we watched the DNC, and it's just like I'm ready. I'm just hopeful, and I'm ready to explode.
We need ice cream. Uh-oh.
Oh no! Your audio.
Oh, your audio is going in and out.
What?
Oh, now I can hear you.
My audio is going in and out?
Say that again.
No, now I can hear you.
Okay. It's just too much excitement. Too much excitement is my excuse.
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah. Big day, a lot of friends. I'm so glad that we were really able to experience the convention years ago. Back in my former life, before I was a farmer, I worked for a nonprofit that did work for women's reproductive health and birth control education and all things for women and girls. And I was able to go to the Republican convention and help represent our organization.
Wow.
And Kate Michaelman, who was wonderful, and she got to speak at the Democratic convention. It's really an amazing experience. So
yeah,
I'm like a political junkie that way, so I love watching them. And so it's breaking not to actually see them and be able to watch it. But I have to say, I just missed the applause, but I done an amazing job.
I like this better, actually. I think they've done a really good job with adapting to this format, and you get to really hear everybody. And I do miss the applause, but I actually think if I were to choose, I actually like this format better. It's very watchable.
I'm trying to tell the kids tonight and describe what it's like, when you're in that giant, convention center and all the people and all the crazy hats.
Energy. Yeah.
The energy and the balloons.
Lots of button ladies that have buttons on.
Yeah, the button people, all the crazy delegates. But see, now you get to meet these delegates. You actually get to hear them speak. So it's really cool, I think. It's different, but
yeah, I do too. I do too. I think the convention itself is actually more for the people in the room than it is for us out here, although we do get to experience some of that. This was completely made for us out here, and it really showed.
Yeah, I think there is a hybrid version of when COVID has decided that'll be really wonderful for everybody. So it'll be great.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
yay.
Make some ice cream.
Let's make some ice cream.
I'm ready for it. After the cleanse, I wish I could have it.
I'm like, let's consume some calories, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn this on real quick. So this is non-custard ice cream. There's lots of different frozen treats. Some are with dairy, some without. You have dairy substitutes, common, and sometimes you see those ice cream sold in the stores. So feel free to adapt this almost a 1-to-1 ratio for alternatives. And don't be afraid. You can take, because there's an egg in this and rotten, which I have a little handy spoon here to do that. So what I'm going to do today, instead of sugar, we're going to be using honey. And I just so happen to have really here from my line, rose petals.
Yay.
So this are Ragosa roses, wonderful bright roses. They're very viney, very prolific, and smell heavenly. Beautiful, hot pink color.
Gorgeous.
Wish we had smell-o-vision.
Those are.
So these dry.
I love them.
For this, you can use fresh if you want. So once they're dried, I hydrate them and then I pulverize them into a powder. And then the powder, I add the honey. So this is something you can. It's very simple. And you can do all kinds of things. I think we've done a honey glaze on here before. It's the same thing where I use herbs. I do a lavender, rosemary. There's all kinds of things for savory dishes. But this one is simple. And I also, the other key ingredient in this that people wouldn't think of to put in ice cream, salt. Just a pinch. But this will make all the difference in the world. It really brings out the honey flavor and even the of it. I know it sounds crazy, but if you did them side by side with different. So today I use one of my fancy French gray salt because it's rich flavor and French. But the gray salt has a nice mineral content to it, which I think kind of. So we're going to start with heating up our saucepan, and it's pretty simple. We're going to add 1 whole milk. And we're going to put it in the saucepan here.
She's measuring. Yay.
Yeah, good to measure this. Then we're going to do heavy cream, because why not, right?
Because it's ice cream.
Because there's ice cream. So we're going to do 2 cups of that. And that's really going to make it nice and rich. And this is a kind of a custardy shortcut. So if you did it with eggs, it's a bit longer of a process.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you still get the so it's good. Okay.
You made some already? Have you tasted it?
I have some in the ice cream maker as we speak. So hopefully by the time ready. So we're gonna put the heat on medium. I do not want this to boil. We're heating this up to break it down a little bit, and then we want the honey also to melt and incorporate. So
Okay.
3 tablespoons of honey. So this, you can see already has, see all the rose.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is really good.
That's going to be
So
pink.
it actually says it's a little rosy. It's sort of light pink. It's really pretty. Okay, so that, and don't be shy about the honey. Put in
Don't be shy.
all 3
I'm not shy with honey.
Yeah, don't be shy.
No.
Honey is good. Do you sell that right now, Hollie, that honey?
Yeah, it's on the website.
Hollie'sHomegrown.com.
A pinch, which is probably like a 1/8 of a teaspoon of your fancy salt. Put that in there. And
Okay.
then I'm also going to add a little vanilla to this, just because I know you love vanilla as much as I do.
I would. Yes.
Add something to it. So we're going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. And this is vanilla from Madagascar.
Our favorite.
And so basically, this is not
Although Tahitian would be good in that, though, because Tahitian has floral tones.
That's true.
well, it's Mexican because, you know, vanilla comes from Mexico. That's its origins. So
We've discussed this. We've discussed it.
We've discussed this. So, but I'm out of it. So I've got to get back to Mexico and get some more vanilla. But so basically, just stir this, you know, slowly. Keep it on a medium. And the second you start to see the outside of pot, the milk start to bubble just a little bit, turn it on. Make sure that the all of the honey is incorporated into the cream.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. So if you want and you have extra flour, I fresh rose petals after it's come out. Because if I do it now, but the cream is hot, they're going to turn brown because they're going to cook.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
In their color when you're serving, put them after the ice cream has cooled. Otherwise, they're going to get brown. And they will brown. So that's why I kind of like doing the dried better. But if you're serve this that evening, you can go pick your roses and then some in and mix it on. I'm going to add a couple extra just because I want a little more color in this. We'll do a little more dried. You can also add a bit of rose water to this, but I find this is enough with this variety.
Yeah.
If your roses aren't particularly pungent, you could add just a tiny bit of rose water. If you don't want it to taste, the risk with like
too florally.
It's soapy. You know, that's what it's gonna start to taste like soap. And nobody wants that. So,
no.
Did you see how pretty it is?
Could you lift it higher? That's a heavy pot. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty.
Little rose.
Nice.
Okay?
Nice.
So you set this aside. Now, if you wanted to do it right away, you put this in a bowl and put it in an ice bath so it cools down, because when it goes in the ice machine, it has to be cold and chilled.
Okay.
It can't be warm like this. Otherwise, it'll never
come together.
Yeah. So so that's basically the recipe. Then once this is at room temperature, at a cool temperature, you can either put it in the fridge to cool it, or like I said, do the ice bath. Then it's machine, and the machine does its magic. Once it's done, you take it out. I like to find a like a glass Pyrex Tupperware, and then so if you like your ice water, you if you don't, put it in here and just keep it in the freezer. And you can keep it in the freezer for a week, 1 week, 2 weeks. Well,
how much does that make, that recipe?
Well, it's 3 cups of liquid, and you're not a all. So it's probably going to end up being a little more. So it's about how many? That's, let me math.
Like
20
2 pints maybe of ice cream.
Yeah. Well, that's 16, 18 ounces. So and then you just take your scoop and you scoop right out of here. So
yum.
If you want to talk amongst yourselves for a second, I'll go check the machine. Be right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
David has one of those machines. He keeps it in the freezer all the time, and when he gets the hankering, he makes ice cream.
Okay, I used to have an ice cream maker that I got on a cooking show once, and I forget the name of it. It was Italian, and it made instant gelato, and I had so much fun with it. It was
yeah.
They gave it to me as the showrunner on the show.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So this isn't
No longer have it.
If what we'll do is you can see it's starting to thicken up. It hasn't go to the spoon yet, and I really want it to be a little thicker. Oh, it's so good. We're gonna, so what I'll do as soon as it's soft, like I said, you can serve it if you like it soft, but I'm going to put mine directly in here and then just put it in the freezer and serve it.
Okay.
And it'll harden up a little bit more in the like regular ice cream that you're used to from the store.
Okay.
That's it.
And then you're going to add rose petals. Well, wait, there's one more thing you need to say about, again, warning people about roses, that they are highly sprayed with pesticides if you buy them from the store. Do not make this out of store roses. They're only roses that you know how they've been treated, like ones you have at home.
Right.
Roses are big bug attractors. Okay, so if you plant in your garden, make sure whatever you're planting your roses, don't put your veggies or your tomatoes. They're going to really get a lot of bugs, especially if they're very close.
Yeah.
And you certainly touching. So my roses,
They get aphids a lot. So
I arbor my roses up or keep them in a different place so they're decorative because they're beautiful. Everybody loves roses, but really keep them away from your veggie garden because they are super bug attractive. So one of the things also, and because of that, that's why they spray it. And the ones in the market are pesticides because it's a non-consumable product, and so there are different laws for what they can spray. So it's even worse. So I always do on that end after I'm them, especially if I'm using them for culinary purposes, I always just give them a quick tap and make sure there aren't any little traveling friends along before I bring them inside. Because, protein's good, but
but maybe not an ice cream.
That would be a new twist. And
not the kind of crunch you want.
That would be a different topic one day.
Yeah.
But so just be mindful of that in the garden when you're growing and also when you're cooking with them.
I would think that this would be the most beautiful presentation at a party where you could have rose petals and everything and candles.
Very romantic. Yeah.
They're all still, my roses are still going strong. So, we're always trying to come up with different things we can use from our garden, our yard, or the pots on our balcony or my front steps or whatever. So this is to be able to consume them. It's different. You see this, in the shops or in the store. And there, you can add herbs to this. You can add mints, a great, like this with mint. Basil. I've seen basil in it. There's all.
Yeah, me too. Olive oil ice cream. Lots of things.
You can add coconut.
Yeah. I think the honey gives it a little more of an earthy flavor to it. It's less like, so the honey, I think, gives it a much more complex flavor than just regular ice cream. So
it reminds me when I was living in LA, there was a ice cream place called Molly Malone's, and I think it was a Persian ice cream shop, and they had this rose ice cream, and I got it every time, and it was so delicious. I never had anything like that before.
Good.
It's really good.
You can also flavors like pistachio. I mean, you could chop up some nuts and put this in here as well.
Yeah.
All done. You add all of that after it's cooled. And I actually like to add it not when it's in the mixer. Once it's soft and it's done in the maker. Once you're putting it in here is when I like to add nuts and mix it in then. The other thing you can do with honey is you can get it at room temperature. So it had like around 90, today room temperature is 120 degrees.
152 degrees.
Purpose of the sun. But you get it to about 90 degrees. And then once the ice cream's in here, you can drizzle it in. And because the ice cream is cold, will then solidify this stream. So you wonder how I do those little sort of veins of chocolate or
Yeah.
caramel. That's how they do that. So they take the warm stuff and they drizzle it in, and then it sort of gets covered and it stays put. So you can,
Nice.
if you want more honey in this, or caramel or chocolate, once it's here and it's soft, drizzle it in there, and then just sort of gently sit around, and then put the lid on and put it in the freezer right away.
That's cool.
Yay.
That's all I got. That's all I got tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for doing a late night with us so we could all watch our programming today.
I know. There was so much. There was so much today. I feel like I learned more about history today than I've learned in a really long time. It's just constantly uncovering the history of women in this nation that have just stories that have never been told. I wanted to add the hashtag, Debriana, electing equality. That's the new ERA hashtag for ERA final amendment, the final ratification of Virginia, which is, stalled right now with Trump, and hopefully in a Biden presidency, that'll immediately get done. And then we will finally have constitutional equality for women. Hello, in my lifetime, this better damn happen. It better.
It better. Damn it.
Fired up. I like it. All right. All right.
Yeah.
I got a lot of ice cream to eat, so I will be signing off.
All right, darling. Thank you. It was great to see you all on this exciting night.
Great to see you. Oh, I'm gone.
Where'd you go?
You got rid of me.
I didn't get rid of you. Where are you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just can't see.
That's so funny. You got rid of me. All right, it's fine.
You're like a floating head somewhere.
Love you, Hollie. Love you, Hollie. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Disembodied voice, Lisa.
Crazy.
Bye.